Hi there. So I will be retrieving data from a DB.json file using fetch, which I will then display on our web page. So let me open this up here. Yeah, for now it's empty, inspect, console, none. So the first thing I want to do is create a DB.json file. Here it is. So now that I have it, the second thing is to connect it via the script, and the source would be db.json. Yep, right here. Save it, come back to my db.json. So for db.json, it starts with the curly bracket. There it is. The next thing, so I'm gonna name my data courses. I did an array, and then in here is where I will be putting each one of my objects. So I already have some objects which I'd like to simply copy, paste, and copy them, copy, paste. So I have, yeah, I have, let me close this. I have, make this a bit wider. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Four objects in my array. Yep. So now let's get to the video. What I want to do first is I'll say document dot add event listener DOM content loaded, comma, I load. I want you to anonymous function. I'll call my this function data, fetch data. Yeah. So now let's create a function called fetch data. Then put fetch. Yeah, so this part is where I put in the URL. And where's the URL? We have to generate it. So what I have to do is open my terminal. Here it is. Let me increase the font a bit. Now I'm gonna change directory to my document / fetch data DB.json. That's the name. So it's inside of it. Then I would say JSON server. This is a step you have to do now. Without this, you can't even get your URL. Watch db.json. Now, click on it, and there it is. So now we have this. This is our URL. Copy it, and just even, for example, just post it, and then see it. It appears really organized here because I have an extension called JSON formatter. So that's why it appears pretty organized here. So now this is the URL that I would copy and paste inside of this, right? So once we're able to, now we've used the fetch to request data from this URL. The next thing is we want the response to be JSON be in a JSON format, and then we want, let's see, let's just say console.log data. So let's refresh and see what happens. DB.json 242. I don't think it's really important right now. It's not affecting this, so I'll figure that out later. So now we see our 4 arrays, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we were able to get it successfully. But now we want to get this data on our web page. So what we're going to do is this would be a placeholder for our function, which we'll call list courses, right? List courses. So I could, for example, so now I want to list courses. I want to, let me create courses empty array, and we assign it here because I wanted to have a global variable, to be a global variable, to have a global context. So I would say courses. So I declared it here and assigned an empty array. So I am reassigning it the value of data. So I could now change the data to courses since it has the value of courses. And so now what I want to do is to call the courses array and call the for each on the courses. So for each course, do the following. First, let me go to my index.html. It has an ID. Okay, so I will grab the ID and create the UL, the IL under the UL. So I would say constant UL document that get element by ID. Paste this, right? Okay, and next I want to do is to create an li. I say document that create element called li. Then next thing I want to do, let me make this smaller a bit, is to create the tags for each one of this element. So I would say, and put space and say description, let me call it description, and say document.create elements p tag. Next is duration. So const duration will be document.create element p. Next is image. So this is going to be different because I'll say document.create element image tag, not the paragraph tag. Next is name. Const name is the document that create element p tag. The last but not the least will be tuition document that create element p tag. Good. So after this, the next step I want to do is to alter the inner HTML. So description, that's inner HTML, will be course dot description. I might as well just copy it. The next duration dot inner HTML would be course dot duration. The next image dot inner HTML, course dot to image. Okay, so here it wouldn't be inner HTML, it would be the source because it's an image, right? Yeah. The next would be name dot inner HTML would be course dot name. And the last but not the least is tuition dot inner HTML course dot tuition. Just to explain, this is an inner HTML because if I do inner HTML, I'm just literally going to get the HTTP colon. I'm not going to get the image. I'm just going to get the URL. And so that's why I changed it to source. So it knows that, oh, it's a link. Give me what is inside of the link. That's why. So the next step is to li append all of this to the li. So we're gonna append description. Let me copy it and then modify the name. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, yep. Second is duration. Third is image. Fourth is name. Fifth is tuition. Then after that, then append the li to the ul. Append child li. Right? Yeah. One more step we need to do is to call this function list courses. List courses and call courses inside of it. Save it. I guess let's try it. Okay. And here it is. While we use JavaScript, PHP serves as a name. So C++. So let me change the position of name. So it's at the very top to avoid confusion. Let's see. Come here. Get here. Save. Right. Just to be sure, change this position. I want the name first, the description, duration. I want the image after the name. So here I'm just literally changing the structure. There's nothing serious. Just for the sake of apparent. Okay, so yeah, JavaScript, the picture, then the description, the month, the duration. Next. So just in case you want to be more clear, I could interpolate this and say name. course name. The $, and do this. Here, I don't think I need a name because it's an image. Come to this side, the backtick, say description, called this, next, backtick, duration. You have to use the backtick when you want to interpolate, else it wouldn't work. If you use the strings like this, it wouldn't work. This is what you use for strings. You don't use it for interpolation. So the last but not the least, duration, $. Okay, now let's refresh this, see what happens. Okay, so course name, JavaScript, description, duration, good. And that's it. Thank you.